It was last week when a middle school student in Montgomery County brought a loaded gun to school.
Since then, the Montgomery County School District has been working to implement more safety measures for students and staff, including a new policy that states students in grades 6 through 12 are not allowed to bring backpacks to school. WKYT's Alyssa Williams talked with parents and district leaders on why this was necessary. It's our top story at 4:30.
It's a rare sight to see students walk into school with no backpacks in sight, but that's exactly what things are looking like for some Montgomery County students following a new backpack policy. This announcement comes nearly a week after it was reported a McNabb middle school student brought a loaded gun to school.
We've said no backpacks for grades 6 through 12, no bags that are large enough or larger to carry a 8.5 by 11 notebook. We have said yes to Trapper Keeper like items, said yes to lunch bags.
Montgomery County Schools Superintendent Dr. Matt Thompson says sports bags and band instruments are allowed but will be dropped off in a permitted area at the beginning of the day. It's safety measures like this, Thompson says, the school board discussed with other districts who have faced similar situations.
You know, people are going to talk about metal detectors, they're going to talk about weapons, technology. A lot of those things are not things that can happen in a very quick time frame. And so being able to put something in an immediate short-term strategy, that was the thing that we looked at.
It's a decision supported by parents like Megan McCormick.
I think that they are doing everything in their power to make sure everything is in place in order to keep our kids feel extra safe moving forward.
And for parent Whitney Green, she says policies like this should have been enforced sooner.
My daughter, she's like, that's good. We don't need backpacks. Like, a lot of her friends is like, oh, what are we going to do? I'm like, you don't need a backpack. What do you need a backpack for?
Thompson says students can use lockers if they wish to. He adds the district is working to adopt more long-term safety measures as well. In Mount Sterling, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.